Okay, let's go.
Hello, welcome to the Book and Pod. This is Cristal, and I'm here with Kinley and Fanatic Dak. We are here after a beautiful, victorious Monday after the Bengals. That was a beautiful, beautiful performance that we saw from our Denver Broncos. Oh, I
Let's
just want to give a beautiful
go.
round of applause. Yes, they did amazing, y'all. We did so good. To start off, we had some really great key offensive plays. Our defense also showed up too. So again, it was one of those games where it was just like people really flowing and looking so good together. So, want to start off, like, was there a specific player, a very like great iron type player who won y'all's heart yesterday, who you were like, oh, like this one right here, this one's the one that we're
Yeah, we
really
do have a few players. Let's just jump right into that.
go for it, Dak. Who you got?
Yeah, all right. Look at Kinley over there. We'll let him take this one first. You got the reins on this gridiron player of the game award.
Well. Didn't I say he was going to be my gridiron X Factor last episode? I believe I did.
You did.
I believe I did. And I said he would have a bounce back game. Bo Chapman Nix is my player of the game. 326 passing yards, 29 for 42, 3 total touchdowns, 1 rushing, 2 in the air. Sure, he had a bad interception, but still, he played a phenomenal game, made some ballsy throws, and he's my player of the game. Round of applause for Bo Nix.
You're wearing his jersey too, right?
Of course.
Show that jersey.
Of course.
There we go. I'd love to see it. Love to see it. I agree. I agree. I think yesterday, yeah, it was so beautiful too to see even the end zone.
Navy clean.
I really was all about that Midnight Navy jerseys, not to get off topic, but yeah.
No,
we got a dub in them, ladies and gentlemen.
They looked hot, yeah.
What
but
about you?
I think, yeah. Well, first off, before I say my pick, I think similar to Kinley said, Bo Nix did do really, really nice yesterday. That was one of the times we really saw his offense, like him take control of the offense, like, oh my gosh. It's funny because I call him Beauregard Nixon, which is so weird. I don't know why. I think I saw a TikTok one day and I think that's what they refer to him as. So I just call him that. So, but I agree, Kinley. He did
out regardless.
Absolutely. Yeah, he did great. Of course, I have my notes here. But I have 3 standouts right here, but I will only talk about one. My stellar, beautiful 100+ yard rusher that we finally have in the Mile High City, J.K. Dobbins, ladies and gentlemen. I absolutely loved seeing him run that ball. Oh my gosh. I think everyone just kind of stopped for a second and was like, oh my God. Look at the run game. Like, it just looked absolutely beautiful. And not only that, he just really like showed that offensive power too. I think once he got running too, yes, we gave him the ball, I think play after play, but he had that momentum. It looks so good. And he had the offensive, stamina right behind him as well. So, and then he spoke a little bit of Spanish afterwards too, and likes Bad Bunny. So I think that's another addition. So
that's a win in my book too.
Yeah,
I love me some Bad Bunny.
Absolutely.
I love and I love your pick. They gave him the rock 16 times. I loved it. He needs the ball 15 to 20, somewhere in between there. He needs to be getting those touches. But we finally got our first 100-yard guy, and Dobbins looks pretty good on that.
Streak is ended. Like, that's major.
Fanatic, who's your player?
Oh man, my gridiron player of the game. I've been kind of jealous as we look across the league and we're seeing multiple rookies make impacts on their respective teams. You look at the Emeka Bukas, Tyler Warrens. We got a taste of our impact rookie, who's my gridiron player of the game, R.J. Harvey, who was just stellar. 14 carries for 58 yards. And then he had to go with that 4 receptions for 40 yards and 1 touchdown, man. explosive, dynamic. I was told he wasn't good enough, but that's okay because it's not. It doesn't matter what other people say. It's what you do on the field, on the gridiron, which is why he's my gridiron player of the game, ladies and gentlemen. An
Ooh.
honorable. I would throw an honorable mention though, Riley Moss, if I must. He's an honorable mention. He did stellar against T. Higgins. Remember last episode, Kinley, when I said he would hold T. Higgins under 60 yards? I'm just saying.
You did. You called it.
Okay. Look
Yeah,
at you,
yours
psychic.
truly.
Well, if you're gonna say an honorable mention, I gotta throw mine out there. Cortland
Okay.
Sutton, because Cortland is a man on the mission this year, and to the people who thought he wasn't a wide receiver one, sure looks like a wide receiver one to me.
Oh, and making a impact in the run blocking too. You saw
that pancake block in the fourth
Yeah.
quarter to spring Dobbins for that 15-yard run. Hey, love it.
Yes. You got an honorable mention? You're more than welcome to give an honorable mention, Kristen. Oh, okay.
Well, you don't have one.
Do you have an honorable mention by chance?
Do I? I'm really thinking about it because Bo Nix was my honorable mention. You said Moss, but I don't really like. I'm happy that he cleaned. Yes, Bonito, yes, but I will say I wanted a little bit more from him. Yes.
Okay.
I just want a little bit more from Bonito. I expect a little bit more, and Buckham. We like to hold our players accountable, and we like to really just know that our players can do a little bit better. I'm not saying he didn't do bad. 6'7", he did great. I'm not rating him a 6 or a 7, whatever that is.
1.5 sacks isn't bad. Still pretty good.
Yeah, and the pressures he generated.
Yeah, still had a good game.
Yeah.
He balled
which
out.
Actually, we're talking about pressures real quick, and which leads us to
No, I agree.
Like we're talking about like T. Higgins and Jamar Chase getting shut down, Yep. But you got to look at the pressure that we generated was just destroying that Cincinnati Bengals offensive line, which made it really hard for their guys to probably even get open as well. So you got to think of that aspect of the game too.
Yeah.
The impact that our pass rush had. Who we do have. Yeah, it's special. We're lucky.
Yeah. And then when you got PS2 locking down your best receiver, and then you're trying to put your second best receiver out there, and he's locking him down too. Like, I believe he gave up one catch, and I believe in like 10 snaps versus man, like he didn't even get thrown at. Like there's nothing there. So, I'm sure PFF's going to hate on him again, and I'm sure PFF's going to have Bo Nix somewhere in the 30s again, but we don't really care about PFF. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
Don't care. Anyway, on to the next topic. What y'all got for us?
I have a question. For both of you. All right.
Mm-hmm.
We saw, the playmakers of the Bengals. They were shut down yesterday. Versus seeing our Broncos again be very cohesive and together, and we passed the ball multiple times. So the question is, would y'all prefer if we had those key receivers, those key players like Jamar Chase, or like how the Broncos did yesterday, where you're more effective with receivings or other playmaking? Which do you prefer? Do you prefer, all around, or more like, we have our Sutton and that's it, or Bade and that's it?
Go ahead, Dad. Take it away. I'll let you go first.
Man, this is such a tough one. This is good discourse, actually. You can honestly make arguments for both sides of the ball, but I'm going to do the argument for I would like to really have the elite playmakers, because you have guys that you can go to. Mind you, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, they've shown to be productive when they have a quarterback, when the offensive line is rolling. You would see that probably if maybe Joe Burrow was playing. I mean, you saw it last year. So I would like to have an elite playmaker like a Jamar Chase, two of them, to really keep the defense on their heels. But it's such a tough decision, really. Like, because Kinley, I'll let you make the argument for the other side of the token, bro. Like,
I mean, you would like if a quarterback can get the ball around to everyone, it really doesn't matter what type of receiver that you have, as long as he's spreading the ball out, they're just moving the chains. It's a very tough question because of course everybody wants the sexy receiver who can take it to the house and get open. And I mean, I'm on the verge of, as long as we can just keep moving the ball and
Juggling.
spreading it out, like I think we're fine with that. Like, would I love an elite receiver? Yes, but as you can see, elite receivers can get shut down. You're not going to be. But then the argument, of course, would be like, well, you're not going to face a shutdown defense every Sunday, so that
Yeah.
elite receiver can eat. But it's like in big games, hey, you can't spread the ball around, and now your wide receiver is locked up. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's a tough question. It's
And
definitely.
then you have like the elite playmakers that you see them though, like change a game around, dude. Like,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
I say from
yeah.
Barkley, like you know what I mean? Like you're seeing what he did, his run he went on last season. You're seeing what Jonathan Taylor's doing for that Colts offense, like.
Mm.
So it's very a tough decision. What do you feel, Krista? We're quite curious to what you think about this.
It's funny because very similar to the either or, but I think I'm leaning more to the side of like everyone doing
Gets
it.
to eat.
You need to kind of spread it. Yeah, I like
Okay.
that a little bit more because, and maybe this is me leaning into some of my basketball roots because everyone likes to eat there too, and it's such a brotherhood type vibe, and I understand that football is such a
That's a good point.
bigger team and everything, but I
Yeah.
think also with the environment that the Broncos are in right now, their mindset is a lot more brotherhood centered too. Like,
Okay.
when Bo Nix was messing up, Hufanga still had his shirt that had Bo Nix on there, so it's still like they still have each other
Yeah.
versus like Kansas City, cool Kelsey, but now like 3-4 years down the line, who do y'all have? It's the same person. It's the same thing, like I just think that it's very repetitive. So to Kenley's point too, yes, we got to change it up here and there, but it cannot always be the answer. So, but I lean more to spreading it.
I'll just say this, like, you want those elite receivers and stuff like that, and how that's working for Cincinnati. You paid all that money to your quarterback, you paid all that money to your receivers, and you couldn't give them a no line because now he's hurt. But that's off topic. Let's get back on track. That's for another day.
Yeah.
That was good though. I liked it.
That was good.
But that again, this performance wasn't just the Denver offense or the Denver defense. It was a huge unition of the Denver freaking Broncos, which I've been been waiting to see. And we have a very tough matchup this upcoming Sunday against the Philadelphia Eagles. It'll be bright early on Sunday, so we will know ahead of the day what our mood is going to be like. So
instead of breakfast in bed, it's going to be Broncos in bed. I mean, depending on you get brunch, Broncos will be brunch.
Right. I will definitely have a bunch of mimosas before this game. That is a given. But will the performance that the Broncos had on Monday night be enough for Sunday morning against the Eagles, y'all? Will it be enough? That offense, will it show up? What are some thoughts here?
So the Eagles, not taking a shot at the Eagles, that defense does not look like the defense of last year. That can be said. Their offense has struggled at times, but they are still finding ways to win football games, and that's key. So what we have to do is we need to take what we did on Monday night, run the ball, but commit less penalties, because you cannot do what you did and be undisciplined on Monday night and expect to win versus the Eagles on Sunday. We still need to clean that up, but we can run the ball. If you can run the ball on the Eagles, control the clock. Clearly, they're struggling to pass the ball. Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, and Devontae Smith. Let's keep them struggling, because if we can make them one-dimensional to where they can only run the ball, which also kind of scares me a little bit because they have a monster back there in Saquon, and I'm worried once again. Like, our linebackers have to Goddard and Saquon. It's kind of like the same matchup with Indy when you had Jonathan Taylor and Warren versus Singleton and Strenard. Now you have the same thing. So that's why I say run the ball. Offense has to execute. Defense has to be more discipline. Make sure you're in the right place. Communicate. This is gonna show like, can we hang with the big dogs, and like, can we beat the big dogs?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a James Merrillat sitting here on Twitter tweeting some damn. Oh well, you beat the JV team. Well, James, they were 2-1. James, what you want us to do?
You can only play against who's on your schedule and who's in front of you. It's the NFL.
But I want us to beat a good team,
undefeated team.
I want us to beat. So we got to do what we got to do. But Dak, take it away. Take it away.
Like, one thing I want to touch on, Kinley, I know you alluded to, like, maybe Philly not being like the same team, the dominant team that they were last season. No, those weren't the exact words you said, but like, they may be taking a step back both on the offense, on the defense. But the thing that I realized, and this is the word of the day for Sunday in that matchup, is execution. Philadelphia has figured a way to execute when the game's on the line, when it's tight. You just saw what they did against Tampa Bay. That is why they are 4-0, and that's why they have a championship pedigree, because they've been to the pinnacle. They know what it takes, and this is what, as a Broncos team, the organization, the culture, this is what they're still trying to figure out: how to win the games that are close. Like, because we just saw we could beat the brakes off a team that we're supposed to, but can we win the games when they are close?
Right.
Execution will be vital come Sunday. But I do feel like this offense can be sustainable against that defense if we execute. And it was well balanced. Shout out to Sean Payton. 38 rush attempts, 42 pass attempts. And you know what? That we put out over 500 yards of offense in production. That is phenomenal.
Awesome. We haven't had that since Manning.
We've been tough on Shaw for some of the things, But I'm going to give him his flowers too, man. Shout out to him. He had this team ready to roll. And if we can display that kind of performance against Philly, the spread is 4.5. We have a shot. So I just wanted to point that out, man. Like, I feel great about this game.
Sean finally went with a 1-2 running back punch. Something I've been begging for weeks.
He listened. He heard you.
And he did it, and I'm so happy he did. Okay, and I saw a lot more Pat Bryant than Sherfield. Sure, Pat Bryant didn't do much in the passing game, but his run blocking,
Pat Bryant for sealing that edge, like
sealing that edge for Marvin Mims to get around that corner to score a touchdown. That was a big block, So like, that's what I love about the team. Nobody seems to be like a diva. Everybody just wants everybody to succeed. And so that's why I feel like this team can go far. So let's keep this train rolling and, execute and be more disciplined. And I feel like we can go into Philly and get this dub on Sunday.
Not only that, y'all, if we win, this is the first road win for the Broncos. And that's also very important. We've shown that we can win at home. Awesome. Yeah, we kind of have a slight advantage with the altitude, but still, like that, to Dak's point, you're in the NFL. Everyone can play. Everyone has the talent to be there. So therefore, we just got to really prove it and win this game too. Sorry, y'all. I'm just very concerned that we don't get the ball rolling fast enough, because I think that's also been the delay in the past 2 losses, right? Like, we get a field goal maybe, and we're like, okay, that's all right. I feel like we maybe get a little comfortable, and I just need that same energy and momentum that we finished with the game versus the Bengals to translate to that flight to Philadelphia with y'all over there too, because y'all need to start with power too, because Philly has it.
Yeah, I feel like since he was a get right game.
Get right game.
Mm-hmm.
It was, and I really feel like maybe this is the start of something great, a streak that we go on, like, who knows?
Yeah.
We're going to find out, though. We're going to find out.
I'm praying for that. I really am. Y'all have any plans for Sunday morning besides mimosas? Because I'll be having like 5 for sure.
You will remember the game, though, right?
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Okay. That's good.
Unless we lose, then I probably won't remember the game. So, yeah.
Knock them back and pour them. No, it was good. It was good to get the win. We're 2-2. I feel like all our goals have always been ahead of us. They're still in front of us, like I'm really excited based off what I saw yesterday. I mean, as a fan, I could get too optimistic at times, but I like the progression where we're headed for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Kinley, any final thoughts?
Nope, that's a wrap for this episode. We appreciate everybody who tunes in, who checks us out. We ask, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel at Buckham Pod. You can find us on TikTok, find us on Twitter. We appreciate the love and support. We're going to be dropping a whole bunch of more stuff. Crystal's going to be dropping some shorts maybe in the next couple of days. So y'all guys check that out. But remember,
good job,
Crystal. If it ain't about the Broncos,
Buckham.
Buckham. Peace.
Have a good one.
Bye.